Hello everyone, it's Natasha here from Green Secrets Holistic Health Clinic. I'm a naturopath and health coach and I specialise in adrenal fatigue, or you may have heard of it as executive burnout. Today I just wanted to talk briefly about why stress is a killer, chronic stress, what is adrenal fatigue, and a couple of tips how we can prevent burnout. Now, stress is at an all-time high at the moment, obviously because of the C word, and I'm in Melbourne, so I'm still currently in lockdown. And a lot of us are not only trying to run our business, but we're trying to run our business from home. We're trying to homeschool our children. We're trying to juggle even more. There's even more on our plate than there was before. So stress is literally a killer. I don't bandy that word around lightly. Stress affects every organ in your system. And science has shown that about 60% of today's modern diseases are actually caused by stress. So how do you know if you're actually suffering from you're stressed out and suffer from adrenal fatigue? Well, some of the symptoms can be high blood pressure, and you could be craving salty or sweet food, and you're consuming salty or sweet food for energy, relying on 10 cups of coffee a day to keep you going. You could be wired but tired, if you've ever heard that expression as well. You feel really tired during the day even though you've had all that coffee, but when you try to go to sleep at night, you find you can't wind down. So you may be reaching for, that second or third glass of wine as well to wind down. Or you could be sleeping 12 hours, but when you wake up, you don't feel rested, or you're having a bad night's sleep where you're waking up multiple times a night. You can feel highly anxious and in that panicky state a lot of the time, feeling quite stressed and overwhelmed with everything. So short-term stress is okay. We can our bodies can cope with short-term stress, but the problem with chronic long-term stress, so that's where we're pushing our bodies to the point of exhaustion for months and months and even years on end. And the problem with this is our adrenal glands, which is responsible for calming down the stress response in our body, just says, I just can't keep producing, the same amount of hormone. I just can't keep going. And you can virtually wind up bedridden. And that's actually the position I found myself in years ago when I first started my business, because like a lot of CEOs, when we're first starting out in business, we don't have a lot of money and resources to outsource things, so we tend to do everything ourselves. And there's a lot of busy working mums juggling everything, and the problem was that I was a perfectionist, so I had to do everything myself, and I had to do everything perfectly in my mind, and I didn't ask for help. And that's where your health ends up suffering, because you're putting your health at the bottom of the list of priorities. So a couple of suggestions to help you prevent burnout would be taking stock of your life, not just in business, but your home life, and see where we're out of balance and where you're putting a lot of your energy. Because sometimes when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, we can be busy, but it's just for busyness sake. We're not actually being efficient or productive in our business. So taking a good look at what are the 20% of money-making activities in your business, and focusing on that and outsourcing the 80%, because that's not your zone of genius. There's lots of help out there, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Now, also taking an audit of your diet and lifestyle. So as I mentioned earlier, if your diet consists of 6 cups of coffee and then 3 cups of wine at night, you're not going to be a healthy business owner. You really can't be completely productive and efficient when your health is really down the gurgler. So taking a good look at your diet is another good tip, and eating nourishing foods to keep your body and your immune system healthy is a good place to start. And lastly, I touched on if you are that wired but tired type and you have trouble winding down at night because your nervous system is quite afraid at the moment. Now, this is a little bit of a woo-woo tip, but meditation. Now, science has shown time and time again that meditation is so wonderful for calming down that stress response. Now, even 10 minutes of meditation is equivalent to 3 hours of good quality sleep. So you could just try downloading a short guided meditation off YouTube, for instance, and playing that just before you go to sleep. But if you feel that you don't even have 10 minutes to yourself, just start with 2 minutes. Even 2 minutes of just focusing on your breath and taking a few deep breaths, because when we're stressed out, we tend to breathe quite shallow as well. So taking a few deep breaths at night before you go to sleep can go a long way to calming down your stress and helping you have a better night's sleep. So how can I help you, particularly if any of this resonates with you at all? Even though we're in lockdown, you can actually still get a adrenal fatigue test. It's a simple saliva test, and that can actually be mailed out to your home. And so you can do the test in the comfort of your own home and then send it off via post to the lab. So if you would like to know more information, please just reach out to me, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye.